After watching the sight of Tobio sword fighting, Tsukishima had to go back to reviewing the guest list and his potential suitors. But afterwards, he searched out Tobio, who was having tea and brunch with Kyoko and Yachi. I'm sorry for interrupting. Your Majesty. My king. He's not a king. He's the future king. Best to start calling him that now. No thanks. Ladies, do you mind if I steal Tobio away? Not at all. Go ahead. I mind. You don't get the choice. Come with me. Tobio sighed and got up, leaving behind the two women who was giggling at him. Tobio blushed. They walked down the quiet halls, no one but the cleaners and maids walking by. My father is setting up a ball for a potential lover for my sake. I don't agree with this, but there isn't much I can do. You should think about this marriage is agreement and for the safety of your kingdom. And what about me? That's the thing about royalty, it's not just about you. It's the sad truth. What would you do if you were in my shoes? Pick the most tolerable lover you can see yourself falling in love with. And maybe think about how their assets can work in my favor too. I'll think about it. But you are coming to the ball with me. Why? Why not? I'm interested in dancing one dance with you. Of course, that mean I have to touch you. So long as your hand isn't too low, I'm fine. Good. Starting tomorrow morning, you will be fitted in a proper suit. And you? I will be busy with duties. Looking over complaints from my kingdom, signed paperwork, and at work out a few trades. Sounds like a lot of work. That's why I would like to enjoy today with me. I did say I am your beautiful nightmare, Tobio. You're living up to it. Thank you. That's not a good thing. They walked out of the kingdom and onto the busy street, a few guards accompanying them on their walk but stayed at a distance for privacy. Many of the town folk said hello as they shopped for goods and children ran in the streets, playing and carefree. Tobio stopped, hearing the fading sounds of screaming, everyone dying around him. Tsukishima looked back at him. Is something wrong? Sorry, I guess. My nightmare isn't fully gone. Perhaps you want to go somewhere quieter. Tobio wondering where will Tsukishima take him. Tsukishima led him to the stables and gathered his horse. They both hopped on and rode to a popular path by the river. Tsukishima didn't say a word, not even as he felt Tobio hold on tighter and rested his head on Tsukishima's back. They continued that way until they were riding along the outside of the kingdom. This was nice. Very peaceful. I like it. Good, can we walk on foot here? Sure. They both got off their horse, Tsukishima ordering all his guards to leave. Tobio watched them go. Pretty brave of you to call off your protection. I'll be fine. Plus with your sword fighting skills, I say I'm in good hands. Does that mean I can carry a sword? Can you promise me to not kill me if I give you a sword? Tobio smiled and looked away shyly, quietly laughing. Tsukishima saw and couldn't help but think of Tobio as cute. Then Tobio smirked at him. I can't guarantee that. I have to use you as a practice dummy, at least. A practice dummy? I'm more skilled than you are? Are you sure about that? Tsukishima raised an eyebrow, then took off his royal sash, placing it at a distance. I don't know your fighting style, but mine is primarily focused on defense. You must be horrible at offense, hence, I'm better than you. Are you ready to test that? Always ready to hit you, Your Majesty. Tsukishima smirked. Tobio struck first, Tsukishima countering his attacks, not primarily harming him, though Tobio was never held back on his attack, fully intending to hit him. In the end though, Tsukishima managed to knock Tobio down on his back, Tobio taking him down too. Overall, Tsukishima had him pinned down, which led to Kageyama pouting. I'm starting to assume you like pinning me down. I like pinning you down for many reasons. Pervert, I swear. You are my concubine. Is that your only reason to be perverted to me? No. There's something else? I chose you because you are very tempting despite your rough nature. Tempting? Are you calling me attractive? I won't argue that. Tobio slowly falling for Tsukishima. Tsukishima, you might not be a beautiful nightmare after all. Oh. Just beautiful, when you want to be. Tsukishima lowered his head, for once, Tobio not fighting. I'm always beautiful. Tobio finally agreeing. Tsukishima lowered his head closer, giving time for Tobio to push him away. When Tobio didn't, Tsukishima almost closed the distance but Oikawa-san. Now. Tobio shot up, hitting his head hard against Tsukishima. Sorry. Tsukishima, now that the mood was ruined, got off Tobio to get his sash. Don't worry about it. You have a hard head. Yeah, I guess. Do you know who is Oikawa? Oikawa? Yeah, why? I know him. When he was younger and sword fight together, he always comment how pretty or beautiful he was. You sword fought with Oikawa? I was young, but yes. Why? Oikawa is a prince. He is? What about Iwaizumi-san? You know him too? Yes. That's Oikawa's personal bodyguard. How do you know them? Tobio trying to remember but can't. I don't know. Does the name, Kageyama, ring a bell? Who's that? Tsukishima sighed and helped Tobio up. Nobody. Let's go home. I have a few duties to attend to, but I'll be free this evening. Okay. Work well. I will. On the way back, neither spoke up about their hands still together between them. Tsukishima didn't mention the blush on Tobio's cheeks either. Tobio went back to his room. To panic. Was he really going to kiss me? What was I thinking? I can't kiss him. What was I doing? Wait. Who's Oikawa? I remember just a little, being called Tobio-chan. And? Krapikawa? Who am I? Then Tobio heard a knock on his door. He went over to open it. Hello Tobio. Oh, hello, Akitaru, Kei's brother. I hope he isn't treating you too badly. He's a gentleman, a perverted gentleman. I'm sorry about that. It's fine, he's strangely sweet while horny. As beautiful as you are, I can see why. Excuse me? I meant it as a compliment. Oh, thank you. When will, Kei, when will he be back? He's going over a few things. We give the Kuru family our men, in return they give us money. It's a careful business. Kuru? Recognize the name? No, I don't think so. Well, his nation is very rich, has money to spare. Often a rival with the Sawamura nation. Why not trade with Sawamura family? Cats and crows, they don't get along. But the Hinata family is good friends with the Kuru family, plus Kei knows Kuru in a friendly way, but they have more of a business relationship. They sound like a good family. Wait, why are you telling me this? Can I ask a personal question? Not really. May I see your back? What for? I believe Kyoko or Yachi has mentioned a wound on your back they managed to clean. I just want to check over it. A wound? I have a wound? May I check? Sure. Tobio took off his shirt while Akitaru checked. You know, there was one family who didn't like the Kuru family. Who? The Kageyama family. Akitaru looked on Tobio's back. On his back was a small tattoo behind his right shoulder. It was the shape of a shadowed mountain, the meaning of their name. Kageyama. Kei has mentioned about a Kageyama. Who's that? Shocked Akitaru. Does he not recognize the name? Or perhaps, maybe he'll remember Miwa Kageyama. Tobio, do you rem? What are you doing in his room? I need to talk to you. We weren't doing anything. Get ready for a picnic in the garden. Let's go, brother. The two left Tobio's room, leaving Tobio confused. He's a Kageyama. The Kageyama, perhaps Miwa's little brother. What's so important about him? Miwa was supposed to be queen while Kageyama was trained to be a general of their army. They was one of the strongest, but of course, he was young. I'm sure the death of his sister and the way he escaped caused his memory lost. And his traumatic history. How did Miwa die? No one knows, but she was engaged to marry Kuru as a sign of peace. We'll talk about that later. We need to get in touch with Oikawa. He has been traveling for about 5 years for Tobio. He could be anywhere. Then go search for him. I won't tell Tobio the truth yet until Oikawa can confirm it's really him. Fine, I'll be back in time. For the ball though. Oikawa may not have informed us about coming, but even he can't ignore a ball. I'll be sure to greet him. Tsukishima thinking about the potential of Tobio being a prince. You know, if he's really a prince, you may be able to marry him. That's only if he'll fall for me. Come on, brother. We're Tsukishimas. Charm is what we're full of. So go woo him before the ball. I'll try. Oikawa rode on his horse in silence, In deep thought of the past years he have been looking. Someone would have recognized Tobio already, right? Tobio always were the one to blend in and stand out. Yes, when many think of Kageyama, many think of Princess Miwa. She was rather beautiful. Had many suitors ready to fight for her hand in marriage. But of course when people finally see Tobio, he would scare them off. Sounds like him. Oyakawa second guessing. Do you think he's alive, after all this time? Yes, I believe so. He might not have good people skills, but he is a survivor. We'll find him soon. Let's hurry over to King Saimura and talk. I'm positive we'll find something there. I really hope